Hey Flosstube, this is Amy. I love toads and cross stitch. This is Flosstube 71 and it is August 21st, 2021, I think. My husband has gone to a Volkswagen show and so it's a little early, but I figured I could go ahead and do a floss tube real quick while he's gone. Nothing is in order. I just threw some stuff together. So first, I want to thank a couple people for buying me a coffee, and I'll put your names right here. Thank you so much. And I also want to thank Diana from It Is Kismet for sending me this chart. I absolutely love this chart. And it comes with Ada and all the floss, but actually it's the kit. It's not just the chart, it's the kit from Thea Governor. And I'm going to start it on, I think that's Bramble, that 36 Bramble. So, yeah. So thank you all. Okay, so last time on my floss tube, I had mentioned that I had UFO'd two things, and you will see those today because I've done something with them. So, and that'll just be thrown in too. So the first thing I'm going to show you, you'll actually see what I UFO'd because I started my new start on it. So let me scoot over. I will put in like pictures and chart pictures and before pictures probably over here. So this is my new start and I'll put in what it looks like. This is the picture off of Etsy. So it looks like it's the chart, but it's the picture off of Etsy. So the cover picture from it, so it's not the chart. And you will be able to see my UFO on the other side because I repurposed the fabric. And I think this is Bramble 40 count. So here, let me fold it first. This is my new start. You Serious Clark from Cousin Eddie. So I'm doing the words in this green and his hat in a brown because I think Cousin Eddie's hat was in brown. So they're just two color and cottons. Ivy and bracken are what I'm using. And I started it on a sampler I had started, and I just don't want to stitch samplers. I've tried, and yeah, so I took it and I started my Cousin Eddie piece on it, and I'll probably cut this off and put that in my scrapbook, in my cross stitching scrapbook. So that's a new start. I have this idea of putting cute little sayings, Christmas sayings up on the wall for Christmas. So maybe I'll just do one a year. So that will be my first one. You Serious Clark. Let's see here. We'll just take from this pile right here. Okay, this is a finish, and I'm getting ready to start the next one. So I finished that taco. This was a kit. So yeah, so I finished that. I didn't do the back stitching in the green, like the lettuce and the tomatoes. I didn't do the back stitching. I did do the back stitching for the taco itself. And I'm getting ready to start the pizza. And these are going to be stocking stuffers for Christmas. So here is my taco. I just haven't cut it out yet. And that's my needle minder. So I will be starting the pizza this week. So it turned out so cute. So I'll put a magnet on the back so the person can put it on their fridge. Let me do my full coverage. So this is the full coverage I have been working on. It is called 8 of Pentacles. I'll put a picture in right here. It's by Stephanie Law, and it's charted by Hayde. And I will put a before and after in. So, let's see. Yeah, there we go. I can't. Yep, so you will be able to see where I'm at. So I may have gone over as far as I'm going to go over. I cut a bunch off. So that I stopped, that may be the end. It was going to go to about here. And I stopped. So I have a lot of fabric over there that's wasted, but it'll be fine. So I went ahead and came down and stitched, I think, like 1.5 more rows, 2 more rows. So that is what it's looking like. Yeah, and you can see the spider web starting to come out. And this is 25 count, 1/1 full cross. And it's going away because it got its 3 weeks. And I will show you, let me show you. Okay, there's going to be a big cut there because my husband is gone, but my son is not. And he just came bouncing down the stairs. So, I'm going to show you my other full coverage in plans. So I worked on the Arc of White. I am stitching this with Leah Noel, Aviatrix Stitcher. She is a floss tube. I'll link her below. She is taking a hiatus right now though for school. What did I work on? I think I worked over here and I did some more of this white. And I am stitching this on Lakeside, 36 count, and it's called Vintage Wood Smoke. And this is where I'm at. So I need a board, I don't know. It's beautiful. I love this wood smoke. Vintage wood smoke. The borders, that's as far as it's going to come over on both sides, but I did I sewed some fabric on the sides so I could get it in my hoop better because it was a little close to the sides. This is by The Blue Flower. That's Jeaninne McGowan. It is Huckleberry Farm. And I changed, let's see, I moved this bear up to there. And I'm going to be putting a chipmunk right here in place of that lady and that bear. And what is this? This is driftwood from Color and Cotton, and it's 36 count. And that is where I'm at. So let me pull back and you can I'll do the before on over my face and you can see. So hold on, let me look. Yeah, this whole border, that's all done now. So my borders are done. I think I just have that alphabet right there left to do and the little bear hanging, and then I can work on the bottom. So yeah, this driftwood is beautiful too. And Jeaninne came out with a pattern for Needlework Expo about nighttime. Oh, I don't even know what it's called. It's like nocturnal animals with moths and bats and stuff, and I feel like it could be a sister piece to this. So once I finish this, I'll let myself get that one, and I'll probably be stitching that one up. I worked on this petite gold collection. It is called Ugly Duckling. I got it off of eBay a while ago. I'm using all the kit fabric. What is this? And the kit floss. It's 18 count white ivory. Oh, white ivory. White 18 count ivory cotton. It's Ada. It's 18 count. And this is where I'm at. Okay, see that little frog coming out? And he looks just like the green frog in our pond. I love it. Okay, this next one is a new start. It is my next stocking that I'm working on. And Colette, the highway stitcher, decided that she wanted to start and work on one also on Sundays with me. So I started this Enchanted Ornament Stocking by Dimensions. It's a gold collection, so there are metallics. Already started stitching with the metallics. Colette, if you go to her channel, the Highway Stitcher, she started right there at the bottom of that bulb, and I started at the top. And I'm stitching this on the kit fabric, and it is Ada. I don't know, I cut the bottom off. It's probably 14 count, might be 16, I don't know. And this is where I'm at the top. So hopefully, I think I gave myself 1 3/4 inches up here. So hopefully I will have enough. So it will come over probably to here. So I started at the middle, I worked over and came down, and then I worked back across. So you can, this blue, that's just half stitches, and then this gold right here is a strand of the cotton and the metallic, which is a bear to work with, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So that's where I'm at. I'll be working on that on Sundays. This one, I like stitching things with people. I'm stitching this one with Vikki, Stitch and Button. This is called the Hunter. And I'll put a before in, but I think I just concentrated on getting these little feet stitched. And let me see what I'm working on. I am working on 36 count Pecan Butter by Lakeside. And that is where I'm at, and I'll put a before, and he's looking fantastic. So sometimes, let me just explain. I have like thread. I have lots of thread hanging all the time. If I have time, when I'm done, I'm like ready to go to bed, I will thread my needle with the next color that I'm gonna stitch with. So when I pick this back up, I'm just ready to go. It's already threaded, it's already in there. I can just stick it in a hoop and go. And so that's why this thread is so long and just ready to go. Because I prepared it for the next time I stitch. So let's get that on there. Yep, I love how he's turning out. This is the one that was called for Whip Go this week. No, this month. There was another one called, because she calls two, and I believe I had already finished it or I UFO'd it. So I only had one to work on this month, and I'll work on it some more. So this is another Dimensions kit. My husband bought me this because it reminded me of my dad, and I changed the red jacket to a blue jacket, and this time my goal was to get this dog finished, and I did, except he's not completely backstitched, but I did get all of the crosses done, and I got to backstitch his face. And I changed this out, so I'm not using the Ada. I changed this out to 36 count even weave. And this is what he looks like. So the dog looks so good. This jacket looks good. He's looking great. So the next time I work on it, I will probably try to do like one leg. So I make a little goal for myself. The last time my goal was to finish his jacket. And I stuck a little cigar in his mouth because my daddy smoked cigars. Okay, last one. I worked a little bit on this one. I think it's called First Encounter. This was one of my July, Christmas in July starts. I'm stitching this on Fairy Ring by Fortnite Fabric. No, I'm not. Is it? Yes, Fortnite Fabric. And my thread is all long in this one too. And this is where I'm at. So this one reminded me of, I don't know, Christmas because of the berries in the trees, I think. And I think that's it. Oh, I did stitch on one more thing, but it's a secret. It's squirrel stitching. It's a Christmas exchange, so I cannot show you. Okay, let's see. So this is my stitching journal. It has projects I've UFO'd and projects I have finished. And one of my UFOs went in here. I don't know if I ever showed y'all that. So this is one that, another one that I UFO'd. It is my Frances Graspy. It's a sampler, and I just, yeah, I was done. So I cut her up and stuck her in here. Yep. So those were my two. Cut one up and repurpose the fabric for the other one. So what is next? Let's see. Where's my book? That is it, really. So I do have some haul. Y'all, I finished the Cardinal Biscornist last time. It was a fully finished, if you want to see it. It's, I think it was on my last video or my video before that. I don't know. Anyway, I ordered the next one, which is the Ruby Throated Hummingbird. I have to look it up. I think ours is called the red-throated hummingbird. It might be the same thing because ruby is red. It's a lot smaller. I don't have fabric for it yet though, because it calls for 28 count and I don't have any 28 count. So I do need to get some. I didn't realize that when I ordered it. I should have ordered it at the same time, but I didn't. So I'm excited to start this when I get fabric. And while I was on 1, 2, 3 stitch, I went ahead and got some things that were on my wish list. So I picked up this ink circles because of tortoises, and I'll put a video at the end of how Eden is doing. Eden is my tortoise. She's doing great. And I did order fabric for this one because I wanted to stitch it over one. So I got a piece of 28 count smoky white, vintage smoky white. So it's got like a tiny gray modeling to it. So white and gray. And then it's just, you know, white on the other side. But I'm going to stitch those turtles over one, not using the called for colors. I've picked some colors out already and stuck them in this. So I'm going to use a bunch of blues and grays, and these two are the body. So I'm gonna switch the bodies for these browns, and then their little shells are gonna be these grays and blues. Now, should I even tell you? I got these colors. I get this color idea from, there is a pattern. I think it's a Carolyn Manning pattern called Orca. And I love that pattern, but I just am never gonna stitch it because it's nothing. It's like a mandala. It's not like an animal or a house or something. It's just a pattern, and I will never stitch it, but I love the colors. So I went on 1, 2, 3 stitch, and I looked at the colors, and I pulled the colors from my stash and then ordered the ones that I didn't have. So instead of stitching that orca pattern, I'm just going to make my turtles the colors in that pattern that I love. Yep, I'm excited to start that too. So Julie, Casey Girl in a CO World, she has inspired me just to start what I want, when I want. I always feel bad about starting too many things, but then she starts stuff and I'm like, I can do that. I can start that. So the last thing I got was this. This has been in my wish list on 1, 2, 3 stitch for a while too. I love this. It reminds me of Touching the Autumn Sky. I think that's a Mirabilia. Yeah. And I would never, I think that one's out of print too. But I love this. The trees and me. So actually that vintage, that would look really good on that. But I don't want to stitch over 2 on 28, only over 1 on 28. So that is my haul. Oh, plans. Okay, so I'm gonna take a note from Janet Jabber, and I'm going to do Festive Friday. So I worked on my Are You Serious, Clark on Friday. I'm gonna start working on my like holiday pieces on Friday. I'm going to pull out my next full coverage, which is The Favorite from Omar Rayan, charted by Haid, and this is where I'm at, and I will put up a picture of what it's going to look like. And I cut some of it off because I didn't need all that background, so I'm going to put this one in the Q-snap now for maybe only 2 weeks instead of 3. We'll see. And then I have a giveaway. Let me do a giveaway. So I have this pattern, and I really don't stitch Halloween. I like to stitch spiders and bats and creepy things like that, but I don't stitch Halloween. So someone had gifted me this pattern, and I won't ever stitch it. So I am going to give this away. So if you would like this pattern, just put Halloween in your comment. And do all the little rule things, you know. Don't say giveaway, be 18, all that stuff. And I think that's it. Okay, guys. Till next time. Bye. Love you.